My Atari Christmas by Parrish. Exterior, lodge house, night. Victorian-era Christmas carolers stand on the front stoop, holding lit candles.
Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright.
The front door flings open. A blast of foam shoots out, nailing the carolers. They flee, screaming. Grandpa Clyde, 80s, leaps out, wielding a fire extinguisher.
Not on my watch, firebugs.
Grandpa chases after the carolers. Mason Lodge, 10, a pudgy kid with a sweet face and bright eyes, runs out in a panic.
Grandpa, no, they're carolers. They're carolers.
Freeze frame on Mason.
Optimism. It's easy to muster when you're 10, especially around the holidays. But the year I got Grandpa drunk left little doubt in my mind. I wasn't getting what I wanted for Christmas.
Cut to exterior downtown Northwood, morning. Snow cascades on a picturesque Midwestern town square decked out for Christmas. Store display windows show off the new holiday must-haves for the early 1980s. Rubik's Cubes, Cabbage Patch Kids, Jane Fonda's workout video, Betamax VCRs.
Northwood, Illinois, my hometown. So inconveniently equidistant between Chicago and Milwaukee, neither city would dare deem it a suburb. Northwood was the all-American no-man's land of urban sprawl.
Silent Night turns to static, then surfs FM stations.
President Reagan and the First Lady to spend Christmas. Don't miss the big Top Circus coming December. Test drive a little car today. District 22, all schools closed.
Cut to exterior lodge house, morning. A foot of snow covers the front steps and the driveway.
District 34, all schools closed.
Interior Mason's bedroom, morning. Sitting in bed, Mason listens closely to his clock radio, black and white TV.
District 59, all schools closed.
The adrenaline of a desperate gambler listening to a high-stakes horse race is nothing compared to a fourth grader glued to a morning zoo snow day report.
District 86, all schools closed. District 127, all schools closed. District 163, all schools closed.
Come on, District 200.
District 178, all schools closed. All other schools in Cook, DuPage Lake, and McHenry counties are open until further notice.
Oh man.
Coming up, new music from Journey, REO Speedwagon.
Mason turns off the radio, turns on the TV, and fiddles with the rabbit ears, which are duct-taped with aluminum foil and bent clothes hangers.
In Northwood, getting a good TV signal hovered somewhere between futile and maddening.
Mom calls up from downstairs.
Mason, get dressed!
I am!
Watching Bozo isn't getting dressed.
Mothers have a sixth sense when it comes to kids goofing off. Mine could see and hear through walls better than the bionic woman.
Mason starts getting dressed.
Just then, something truly inexplicable occurred. The bad reception spontaneously corrected itself, as if God implicitly meant for this message from our sponsor to come onto me.
Mason stares, transfixed on the TV screen.
Only Atari makes the world's most popular home video games. The only Space Invaders, the only Breakout, Pole Position, and Haunted House.
Moses had the burning bush. I had my RCA analog clock radio / black and white TV.
And the only way you can play any of them is on a 2600 home video system made by Atari, complete with matching joysticks, paddle controllers, and genuine wood veneer. Game cartridges sold separately.
Have you played Atari today?
Buy yours at Montgomery Ward, Messrs. Treasures, and finer stores everywhere.
I've heard of Destiny before, but until now just chalked it up as one of those abstract concepts kids need not understand, like the stock market or sushi. But this was a sign. Awesome!
Dissolve 2. Interior video arcade day. Fantasy sequence. A television news reporter holds a bulky microphone.
We're here at the annual Atari Arcade Game Championship, where 10-year-old Mason Lodge is points away from clinching the grand prize, a college scholarship and a lifetime supply of Atari game cartridges.
An excited crowd surrounds Mason, playing Space Invaders. He takes down the last spaceship, winning the game. Room erupts with cheers. The reporter fights her way through the crowd.
Congratulations, Mason. How do you feel?
Great. I just want to thank God for my God-given talent at video games. I want to thank Atari for inventing Atari. And I want to thank my parents for buying me an Atari for Christmas.
Elegant words from a gifted sportsman.
Smash cut to interior Mason's bedroom, morning. Mason's mom, late 30s, appears, snapping off the TV and snapping Mason back into reality.
Today, Mason.
Cut to exterior lodge house, front yard, morning. Mason's dad, 40s, shovels snow off the front walk.
As the only openly proud Green Bay Packers fan in the neighborhood, my dad was a magnet of unbridled animosity, especially during football season.
Dad stops shoveling and approaches a snowman sporting a Packers football jersey in the yard.
But somehow it was always hardest on our snowman.
The snowman sports sunglasses and a fake mustache, a la Chicago Bears coach Mike Ditka. The snowman holds an I Heart Ditka sign with a magazine cover of Ditka taped to the sign.
Brenda!
Cut to interior lodge house, kitchen, morning. Assorted cakes, pies, and Christmas cookies cover every square inch of counter space. Mason eats breakfast and watches Bozo with his little sister, Kelly, 5, who sports a superhero cape and mask.
Mason, there's dots all over the TV.
Mason fixes the snowy reception.
Why the heck is she using the canned cherry filling? She may as well just dump a box of Little Debbie's on a plate and call it a day.
Every Christmas, either from DNA or through some collective unconscious, moms across the Midwest are overcome by an inherent and incessant need to bake.
So I said to Mary from down the block, not Mary with the dead tree in the front yard, Mary whose little boy shoved the marble up his nose, I said, Mary, what the heck are you waiting for? Mortgage rates have already dropped to 14%. So she said, I'll get to work on that. So now there's a slot open for the church gingerbread bake-off.
My mother was the world champion of non sequiturs. Her stories were a roulette game. You never knew where they'd land.
Dad storms in.
Brenda! It happened again.
Sherry, I have to call you back.
Mom hangs up.
The snowman?
Call the police. You've been vandalized.
Can you vandalize snow?
They had him holding an I Heart Ditka sign. Ditka, honey. Ditka.
Bears are having a good year.
Forget it. I'll handle it myself.
Dad sits down to breakfast. He notices Mason for the first time.
Mace, no hockey this morning?
Cancelled.
How's practice going?
Fine. Lie. I hated the sport. Almost as much as it hated me.
Think you'll see some game time soon?
Maybe. If a highly contagious case of explosive diarrhea struck a dozen or so players.
You showing them what you're made of out there?
You bet. If you counted blood, sure.